Chapter 40, The Son of Man. The rule of this earth has been given to Satan, but he has been released for just a short time. Revelation 20:3. And his people have yearned for the Son to return, for the weight of his people has been in 40. For they wandered through the desert for 40 long years, for doing grave deeds in his sight. Numbers 32:13. And the Philistines judged for 40 long years, when his people had worshipped false idols. Judges 13:1. And the king of Egypt was warned by the Lord, Behold, I am against you, Pharaoh, king of Egypt, the great monster that lies in the midst of his rivers, that has said, My Nile is mine, and I myself have made it. Ezekiel 29:3. Thus for 40 long years his kingdom was destroyed, and the land laid in ruin and waste. Ezekiel 29:11. But though they had wandered for 40 long years, the Lord gave them food that his people may live. For his people had manna from heaven when they came to the land of their fathers. Exodus 16:35. And for 40 years God lived in their midst, that they lacked not one single thing. Deuteronomy 2:7. And he said to his people, You shall remember all the way which the Lord your God has led you in the wilderness these 40 years, that he might humble you, test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not. Deuteronomy 8:2. And by 40 his servant would fast day and night, that God would have mercy on the people. For Moses would fast 40 days and 40 nights, when God gave the people his commands. Exodus 24:18. For I fell down before the Lord 40 days and nights, which I did because the Lord had said he would destroy you. Deuteronomy 9:18. And when God returned the broken covenant, Moses fasted 40 days and 40 nights. Deuteronomy 10:10. And Elijah fasted 40 days and 40 nights, so that God withheld his wrath from the people. 1 Kings 19:8. And the Father sent his Son down to earth for mankind. And he fasted in the wilderness 40 days and 40 nights to prepare for the ministry that would come. Mark 1:13. And the Son of Man taught us the word, and the Son of Man poured out his blood, and the Son of Man arose from the dead. And after he had arisen, the Son of Man returned for 40 days and 40 nights, to prepare his disciples for the Spirit and the ministry that would come. And through the power of the Spirit, they would spread the works and his word through the earth. Acts 1:13. And after 40 days with his servants, the Son of Man would ascend into heaven, and he has patiently awaited for the day that shall soon come. And the number for 40 is the Greek letter mu, from the Phoenician word for water, which is M, and the Egyptian glyph for water, which is N. And as the Lord warned Noah, I will send rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will blot out from the face of the land every living thing that I have made. Genesis 7:4. But I establish my covenant with you, and all flesh shall never again be cut off by the water of the flood, neither shall there again be a flood to destroy the earth. Genesis 9:11. For God shall not destroy man by water again, but this time all flesh shall be destroyed by the fire, and the fire shall consume all the earth. And if we recall the Greek alphabet, and as one can see, M and N crossed through the middle of the alphabet. And the Son was there at the beginning, and the Son of Man crossed in the middle, and the Son shall rise at the end. For the Son of Man is the narrow gate to the Father, For the Son of Man taught us, enter through the narrow gate. For the gate is wide and the way is broad that leads to destruction, and there are many who enter through it. For the gate is small and the way is narrow that leads to life, and there are few who find it. Matthew 7:13. And the Roman number M represents 1,000. And due to the transgressions of his people, 1,000 would flee by the chase of just one. Deuteronomy 32:28. But those who obeyed his commands, their power was greater than 1,000. Joshua 23:10. And as he would teach his disciples, he would multiply 5 loaves to 5,000. Matthew 16:9. And the steadfastness of just one disciple would yield 1,000 more servants. For M comes from the Latin word mille for 1,000, as a mile is mille passus for 1,000 paces. And he taught his disciples to go 1,000 paces. For whoever forces you to go 1 mile, go with him too. Matthew 5:41. And his yield shall be great, for he will increase you 1,000-fold more than you are, and bless you just as he has promised you. Deuteronomy 1:11. And truly a day in your courts is better than 1,000 outside. I would rather stand at the threshold of the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. Psalms 84:10. And did he not promise that this day would soon come? For with the Lord 1 day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like 1 day. 2 Peter 3:8. For the Son of Man rose into the heavens, and the sun reigned for 1,000 years. And Satan was bound for 1,000 years. But the ruler has since returned to the earth. For the Holy Crusades began in 1000 AD, and the Church would defile and destroy the Holy Land. But 1,000 was all the earth's ruler was given, for his sons have been cast down to earth. And all men shall soon live, for the rule of evil shall soon end. Revelation 13:7.